As you reflect back on your time at Google, I wonder how much of the bad conduct and culture that you experienced do you think was unique to Google as opposed to it being just sort of like Silicon Valley culture or even big company culture?
I think this is what big companies are like. And I remember talking to a woman who'd been a real upset the apple cart type of lady in Wall Street in the 1980s. And she was like, tech seems worse to me because there's this pretense that it is different. It's like, I think that was what I think intensified this effect at Google, which of course is true of any other company and any other tech company, which is that Google was so invested in the narrative that it was something different and they hired on the back of it. And there was so much sort of lip service to it internally that I think that the kind of loss of innocence and the loss of that identity was very, very hard for Googlers, even though, as I say in the book, it was like a really important and necessary process for me to say, yeah, let's just be honest about what a corporation can do and how executives can act in their highly constrained, where all the incentives are, something very different than the flourishing of the human spirit or whatever. So I think, Google represents a moment in time where, we all kind of believed that, corporations could be something different. And ultimately, Google is just like the ultimate corporation, right?